went to the store and he bought me some mittens. They were made out of black fur. And guess what? It was not even my birthday, or Christmas, or Valentine's Day. Plus the mittens were not even on sale. Grandpa Miller just bought them for no good reason. And that is the best reason I've ever heard. That's how come I love that guy very much. I like that story a real lot. Because guess what? I didn't even make it up. That's why. The adventure actually happened to me. My Grandpa Miller really did buy me some mittens for no good reason. And they're gorgeous, I tell you. When I first opened them, I got filled with glee. Glee's when you run and jump and skip and laugh and clap and dance on top of the dining room table. Then your mother takes you down from the table and carries you to your room for a timeout. Timeouts killed the glee. I wore my new mittens the whole entire morning, plus I wore them to afternoon kindergarten. I wore them with my attractive winter jacket. Only it wasn't actually cold out. Only who cares? Because that outfit looked very beautiful together. I showed my mittens to my best friend named Grace. Also, I showed them to a variety of strangers. After I got to school, I held my hands over my head and ran all over the playground. Look, everybody, look at my new mittens. My Grandpa Frank Miller bought them for no good reason. I waved them all around in the air. How many children see these lovely things? Raise your hands. Nobody raised their hands. How many children think these mittens are gorgeous? Please come forward. Nobody came forward. I put my hands back down and walked to Grace. I couldn't create any interest. Only guess what? Just then I spied my other best friend named Lucille. I ran my fastest to greet her. Lucille, Lucille, look at my gorgeous new mittens. See them? They're made out of black fur. Lucille petted them. My family has lots of fur. My mother has a fur cape, my aunt has a fur jacket, and my uncle has a fur hat. Plus my Nana just bought a brand new mink coat. Only she can't wear it outside or else people will throw paint on her. My mouth came all the way open. Why will people throw paint on your Nana? Lucille crossed her arms. Don't you know anything, Junie B. Jones? It's because people who love furry animals don't like them being made into coats for Nanas. Just then I felt relief in me. Because I'm not a Nana. That's why. And besides, my mittens aren't even made out of real furry animals. They're made out of fake furry animals. And those kinds don't even count. All of a sudden, the bell rang for school. I zoomed to my room like a speeding rocket. Because guess what? More people to show my mittens to, that's why. I showed my mittens to my teacher. Her name is Mrs. She has another name too, but I just like Mrs. And that's all. Feel them, Mrs. Feel how soft they are. I rubbed them on her face. Ooh, they are soft, Junie B. Be sure to put them in your jacket pockets so they won't get lost, okay? I skipped over to my seat. Yeah, only I'm not going to lose them. I'm going to wear them right on my hands the whole live long day because I love these guys, that's why. I took off my attractive winter jacket and sat down at my table. I tapped Lucille with my furry mittens. Hello, I have fur hands. See them, Lucille? See my hands of fur? I flew them in the air. That's what fur hands look like when they're flying in the air. I waved hello. This is what fur hands look like when they're waving hello. Lucille did a frown. You're being annoying. Then I turned around and smiled at William. I have fur hands, William. See them? See my fur hands? I tapped on his head. This is what fur hands look like when they're tapping you on your head. Just then, I got up from my chair, and I skipped over to my boyfriend named Ricardo. I tickled him under the chin with my hands of fur. This is what fur hands look like when they're tickling you. Then I grinned and grinned, because that boy brings out the best in me. Pretty soon, Mrs. saw me out of my seat. She marched me back to my table. This is how fur hands look like when they're marching to my table. Mrs. plopped me in my chair. She pulled off my fur hands, and she put them on her desk. I did a sad sigh. That is how fur hands look like when they're no longer in my possession. After that, I put my head on my desk and covered up with my arms. And I didn't come out for a real long time. Mrs. said I could have my mittens back at recess. I stared at the clock, then I tapped my fingers on the table, and I did loud breaths. Lucille tattletaled on me. Junie B. keeps tapping her fingers and making loud breaths, and I can't concentrate on my work. Mrs. came to my table. She tapped her foot real fast. That was not a good sign, I think. Only guess what? Just then the bell rang for recess.